All right, I've got it on the lathe. I deliberately didn't film, putting the faceplate on and, drilling the flat on the side. I mean, you guys have seen that so many times. It's just sort of a waste of your time and my editing skills, if you want to call them that. Seems to be pretty good. It's got a little weight on that side, but it don't appear to be severe. So I'm going to start walking it out right here, this direction, and see how it works. I may start coming in this way in order not to pop the bark, which is probably the better idea. Well, when I get around here anyway, right here isn't going to matter that much. So let's just see what happens. This happens to be water oak, incidentally. My friend just came over and told me. Like we're about 800. Let's see what it's looking like here. It's peeling off okay. Oh, isn't that pretty? All right. See what we got here. $1,000. Still good. All right, we're doing good now. So I'm gonna walk it around some more. This bowl's pretty wet. Put it in the dehydrator overnight. Because it is a lot wetter than I thought it would be. No sense in putting a sealer or anything on it now. Because it's going to have to be back in here tomorrow. No sense in doing anything else to it. Because it's, you know, I could feel it. You know, it's cool in here, but that does make it all about the same. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll bring you back tomorrow when I get out of the dehydrator. Good morning again. A little cold. In fact, it's chilly out here. I just turned on the heat. I'm going to wait for it to warm up before I start anything really. Let me look at here. Yeah, it's 55 in here. Anyway, I got this out of the dehydrator. It was in there 18 hours at 110 degrees. Now I did have some cracks along where the must have been knots and stuff were. Now over here, right here, had lots of little cracks all here. Nothing major. And so I had to look at this and I did. Yeah, same thing over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix me my slurry, and that'll be out of some shaving dust and some of my sanding sealer. So I'll make like a paste, and you know, rub and coat that real good and set it up. Because quite frankly, we got this cold front coming in, supposed to be down in maybe the single digits. And that's too much for me to overcome trying to heat this place. So, I guess I'll be working on jigsaw. Go here and see if I can't find some light colored dust. I really think it doesn't matter what you use, dust-wise, because it always sort of ends up dark anyway. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So let's put a little bit of this in here. More. Okay, that ought to get it for a second anyway. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? You hit it. There it is. Somebody put it back where it belonged. This Minwax sanding sealer. It dries perfectly clear. It looks like milk now, but it dries perfectly clear. Add a little more to thicken it up. I always do. This gives me a chance to. Yeah, see, it's already dark looking. I think it's good and mixed. The downside of doing this method is that you got to leave it overnight. But this will probably last a couple days, so I'm not too worried about it. And make sure you see what I'm doing here. Okay. I always just use my fingers. You're getting those cracks in. I guarantee you it'll work. There you go. Leave that there for a few days. I'll be at home before we get back to it. Now, all right, good morning. Well, it's cold in here. That's what it is. And I've had the heat on for a while, and it's still like 56. So I may not be out here too awful long today. Didn't come out at all yesterday. It's just, well, it just takes too much heat, this big building. So anyway, I told my wife I'm coming out for a little while. I can't sit in that thing chair all day long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand, you know, I put that slur on here, so I got to sand it down. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll be using this palm sander, as I call it. Used them for years working on cars, and that's what we always call them. So, you got to keep it moving. That's the secret. But I need to get all these, high parts down before I start actually turning it. I just thought of something. I need to go check on my compressor. Make sure it's not iced up. Be right back. Well, I had to sand so much I thought I would go ahead and put another coat of sealer on it before I started trying to polish it. Plus I wanted to get a little darker. So we'll see what this does to it. Oh yeah, it darkens it up quite well. What red dog's barking at? Probably a squirrel. Oh, let me see. Yeah, another coat of this will be fine. It'll be good to go for polishing and stuff. I think I'll go sit down and let that cool off and then come back and sand it. See you in a little while. Hello. Well, I'm going to clean up this tenon real quick and then I'm going to get on with the axe paste. Then we'll flip her around and see what it looks like. My gosh, this ought to be called a butter knife. But I think it did what I wanted to do. Or maybe this stuff really gotten hard. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. But that is not sharp at all. But it will be. So let's get this out of the way. We're done with this mess now. And we'll get this over here out of the way. Now, let's get the axe paste and get busy. Where'd it go? All right. And my favorite paste, Axe Abrasive Sanding Paste. Some good stuff, Maynard. That's nice, isn't it? Here, it's like coating the glass right here. Now this isn't, but it will be. Little dough right there, so I have to put a little more wax on it. It does a fine job. That's a pretty piece of wood. Water oak. All right, what are we doing? Here we are. Sometimes I wonder if these Cheetos are worth it, Almost as easy to do it the other way. If I'd known it's not stuck twice, I probably wouldn't have drilled the hole. All right, what I'm going to try to do is come in here with a parting tool and make myself the edge of the lip line. Come in here at some angle about like that. And sometimes it's successful and sometimes it's not, because you're getting pretty far in there when you get right here. So we just have to see what happens. Usually turn this pretty fast. Let's see here. Turn that at about 8.5. First mistake I made is I didn't mark where it's going to be. And forgot, you really can't see it too good. Right about there looks good to me. I need something better than that, don't I? Whatever happened to the big wide ones I used to have? Just keep them right here. Well, I don't know where they are. Oh, yeah. Ah, that's the way to do it. Mark it on the tool rest. You know, I almost got it, don't I? Just a little bit more. Sure that, I thought that got it. Oh, that's close enough. Whew. I was looking for something with a little longer handle. See how we're doing here. That's all right. We're good. I was worried about that part because it didn't have the parting tool deal in it. But it looks like it's doing pretty good. Well, I'm going to have to take a break here. I'm either going to, cutter's dull. I think we'll either sharpen it or change it out. So I'll see you in a little bit. Beaver time. sorry if I'm in the way a little bit, but I thought I'd be able to see. Get that stuff out of there so I can feel it better. Well, it works a whole lot better when you turn it on, Larry. $19, $22. Might have hit just a wet spot. It's still too high, 27. But at the same time, you gotta remember where you're at, because it ain't gonna get no lower than the humidity. So I'm gonna leave it on the chuck and put it in the dehydrator. And hopefully it won't warp or crack too much. So we'll just see what it looks like tomorrow. All right, it's about 1 o'clock the next day. I got this bowl out of the dehydrator. I had about 14, 15 hours of it at 95 degrees. And I really don't know if it's warped yet because I hadn't really spun it out. But, you know, probably should have left it thicker before I put it in there. But what it did, all the bark is popped. I mean, every bit of it, you know. It was just loose and it just fell off. So I'm going to glue all that back on. And I got a few cracks in here, but nothing serious, and some little ones on the outside, which, you know, I told you I was going to have to redo the outside anyway. All right, what I've done other than almost forget to turn the camera on is I mixed up a slurry. I was thinking I would get a lighter color, but I used this color right here. It's holly, but you can see it turned out dark, but that's not real dark, but that's okay. We'll just have to do what we have to do. But I made it a little thick on purpose. I'm going to come back with some that's really thin later. But just want to come here and fix all these, you know. What I'm going to do now, all these sharp edges here on this bark, I'm going to clean them off with my Sandal Flex. This is a Phil Anderson deal. That's where I learned from him and Papa 47. So see, that makes it where it's just not as sharp. Feels a lot better, see? See what it looks like now. So it had to come out here like this because the bowl's warped, so it wouldn't sit right. So, you know, that's why I flattened this area. Still got a little bit more to go there, but I think I'll leave it alone. Now I won't be pushing my luck here. All right, that's that. But anyway, here's what I'm doing right now. I've already hand steel wooled it with 4/0. I'm going to take some axe. Hold on a minute now. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Axe abrasive sanding paste. So I'm going to smear some of that on it. And I normally use this inside one for that and this one just for buffing. So let me see what I can do. I'll tell you what, I'm going to just need to do that off camera. Hey, I wanted to show you this before I proceed. This is paste only. Axe sanding paste only. I haven't even put any wax on it yet. Just look at that. I mean, that has really got a shine. I got one spot here on the bottom which is ingrained, which I didn't quite get sanded good enough. Other than that, the bottom looks good too. You can see here, right there, it looks pretty good. And I love the way this, remember how I did the bark with the brown star bond? Boy, that really looks nice. It looks so original. And you can see every place that it was broke. But, you know, if I didn't tell you, you sure wouldn't know it, would you? So let me put some axe polish on it now. Here we go. Here it is. Axe restoring polish. Right there. So I'm getting ready to put a nice liberal coat of that on it. And I'll buff it up on this one and we'll take a look at it. Hey, I buffed up the polish and it's amazing. I really did not expect this bowl to turn out with this kind of finish. This is like 2 coats of the wipe-on poly, and all I did was take hand took some 4/0 steel wool on top of it, put the axe paste and the axe polish on it, and look what I have. I'm having a hard time seeing what you're seeing. I mean, I don't have one of them big TV screens. All I have is the LED on the camera. There you go. Naturally, I'm gonna take some pictures with a better camera in there in my little booth in just a few minutes, and then we'll start doing the editing on this. Something good to do in this old cold weather. I can close off the big section and only heat the little one. There you go. So, you know the routine. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. You know, share this with your friends. Tell him you got this old guy just does beautiful work. And he talks too much. And he always says, call your mama. Catch you later. Bye-bye.